All right, 6.5. Now we're going to do word problems with inequalities, okay? We want to do the same thing. We want to look for our two totals. So we're buying flour and cornmeal to make tortillas. They give us the cost, all right? We want to spend less than $25. So that means one of my inequalities is going to be less than 25. All right, but you need at least 6 pounds altogether. At least means I need 6 or more, so that's going to be greater than or equal to 6. Okay, what are my two variables? X is going to be, I need to know the number of pounds of flour, and I need to know Y is going to be the number of pounds of cornmeal. Okay, those are the two things that I'm trying to figure out. How can I spend less than $25 but get at least 6 pounds? Okay, so for my cost, all right, it's going to be 150 times X, okay, 150 times flour plus 250 times Y, and that has to be less than $25. And then I need 6 pounds, so that's just going to be how much did I buy? So X plus Y is greater than or equal to 6. Okay. Now we're gonna go graph these in Desmos. If you look at this graph that I've given you to put the answer on, notice that it doesn't have like all 4 quadrants. It only has this area, quadrant 1, which is positive numbers. Can you think of why that might be? All right, the reason for that is, can I buy negative 3 pounds of flour? No, so there's no need for me to know what's happening over here on the graph because I can't buy negative amounts of things. All right, so let's go to Desmos. Okay, and I'm going to type in my two equations. So I have 150x plus 250y has to be less than 25. All right. And this is nice because Desmos will show me what kind of line it should be. Should it be shaded? All right. And then my other equation or inequality is x plus y has to be greater than or equal to 6. Now, to get that greater than or equal to part, all I did was type greater than and then equal to, and it changes it. You could also go to the keyboard and there's your less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So either way, you'll get it. Okay. All right, so let's zoom out a little bit so that we can see where to graph these. My suggestion to you is to just try and use the points that Desmos gives you to graph. That's going to be easier than trying to do slope-intercept form because a lot of these are going to be like decimals. So for my x plus y is greater than or equal to 6, there's a point at 0, 6, and then another one at 6, 0. So I'm going to graph those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 0, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 0. Okay. Greater than or equal to means this is going to be a solid line. Okay. And then greater than means I'm going to shade above the line. Okay. Then we'll go back to Desmos. And all I'm going to do is click over here on my first equation. And then it changes and gives me those dots. So I have one at 0, 10, and then 16.667. So we can kind of estimate there as best we can. So let's see how we can fit this on our graph. All right, and so I'm going to change colors. So it was 0, 10 was my y. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's my y-intercept. And then I need 16.67. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-ish. All right, close enough. It kind of fits. Okay. That one is less than, so that's just going to be a dotted line. Okay. And then less than means I'm going to shade, below the line. Okay, so my solution, again, is where they overlap. So blue and yellow together make green, so I'm going to make it green. Anything in that range, I can buy. Okay, so when they ask for two possible solutions, right, what are two possible amounts of flour and cornmeal we could buy that fit in this green shaded section. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 puts me up in the green. So 2, 5 is a possible solution, right? That would mean 2 pounds of flour and 5 pounds of cornmeal. Right, there are lots of different solutions, so we can pick another one. I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, right there. All right, so 5, 3 is another possible solution, right? And that would be 5 pounds of flour and 3 pounds of cornmeal. Okay, so unlike our equations, we're not going to have that one point where they cross as the answer. It's going to be anything in our shaded area that counts as a solution.